Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Feel Good with Helper, where we explore what's going on beneath the surface of our everyday experiences. I'm Anshita.
And I'm Anvesh, and today we're going to be talking about something that comes up a lot, even if we don't always name it, burnout.
Yeah, that feeling where you're just done, like you've been running on fumes for so long, and now even getting through the day feels like climbing a mountain in flip-flops while it's raining and you're carrying concrete.
Absolutely right. And it's more than just being tired. Burnout is a really layered experience that can be physical, emotional, and mental, and it builds up over time. A lot of us are in it or teetering on the edge without even realizing that we're there.
Yeah, recent surveys suggest that more than a third of working Canadians over 35 are experiencing burnout, with rates even higher in frontline and caregiving professions.
Many more people are experiencing burnout than we might think, and it looks different for everybody.
Yeah. So in this episode, we're going to really break it all down what burnout actually is, how it affects our brain and body, and why it happens. And most importantly, some tools we can use to recover from it. Okay, Anvesh. So, what is burnout exactly?
Very good question. Let's start at the beginning. Burnout isn't just a buzzword. Psychologists have been studying it for decades, and the World Health Organization actually classifies it as an occupational phenomenon.
That's right. It's defined by three big things, right? So, there's emotional exhaustion, feeling disconnected or cynical about your work or responsibilities, and a deep sense of not being effective anymore. Like you're not accomplishing anything even when you try.
I know, but it doesn't just happen at work either. Burnout can affect caregivers, students, parents, activists, just about anyone who's been under pressure for too long without enough recovery or support.
Exactly. It's like your internal fuel tank is totally drained and there is no gas station in sight. Some of us have been running on fumes for so long. It's just how things are until one day you just cannot anymore.
I know. And here's where it gets interesting. Burnout doesn't just feel bad, it actually changes things in your brain and body.
Yeah, chronic stress kind of rewires your brain. Your stress response system stays switched on, flooding your body with cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and that you wear down your immune system, mess with your sleep, and make it hard to bounce back after even small challenges.
And that's why burnout has such varied effects for folks, because everyone has different natural stress responses.
Yeah, but the key is that prolonged exposure to elevated cortisol wears everything down, and proper rest, recovery, and maintenance are necessary to function healthily.
And it's not just the somatic body that gets affected by this chronic stress. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that helps with focus, planning, and emotional regulation, starts to get foggy. That's why decision making can feel impossible. And the brain's reward system, it just goes kind of numb. Things that used to feel really good, that you enjoy, don't feel good anymore.
Exactly. You might also notice physical symptoms like headaches, stomach issues, tension, or just feeling like you're getting sick all the time. Personally, I feel tired in my bones when I'm burnt out. And it's wild how connected it all is.
So true. So how do we know if it's just a rough patch, a manageable stressful period, or if it's actually burnout?
Yeah, burnout usually creeps in. You might start feeling irritable, emotionally flat, or totally unmotivated. Like someone like me, I'm motivated all the time, but when burnout starts crawling in, I'm just like zero motivation. Maybe you'll start dreading things that used to feel fine or avoiding the tasks altogether.
The crazy thing is, your body keeps score. You might feel exhausted no matter how much you sleep, or just totally foggy. It's like your energy and focus are permanently on low battery.
Yeah, burnout can look different from person to person too. So for some, it's crying in the bathroom at work. I've done that. For others, it's emotional numbness or pulling away from everyone. For me, it's lack of drive and bone deep exhaustion.
I know, but the common thread is it's that sense of being tapped out emotionally, physically, and mentally. So let's talk about burnout and why it happens and why it's not your fault at all.
So here's the thing, burnout is not a personal failure. It's not because you didn't self care hard enough.
Right. It's
Yeah.
often a response to systems that are broken and demand too much, whether that's the workplace with impossible expectations, being a caregiver with no support, or navigating discrimination, instability, or constant pressure to prove yourself.
Yeah, there are personal risk factors too, like perfectionism, people pleasing, or trying your work or tying your work to your productivity. But those usually exist inside environments that reward that kind of burnout cycle.
Absolutely. And burnout is a signal from your body that something isn't working and has not been working for some time. It's not weakness, it's just your system saying, hey, I literally cannot keep doing this. So, in terms of what helps, we need to talk about recovery because, yes, it is possible. But let's also be really clear you can't meditate your way out of an unsupportive environment or breathe your way through systemic inequality.
Exactly. Real meaningful recovery from burnout often means changing the conditions that caused it in the first place. That might mean advocating for boundaries, reassessing your workload, or pushing back against expectations that have been quietly burning you out for years.
It could mean saying no more often, asking for help, delegating, or honestly leaving environments that aren't sustainable. And that's not easy at all. Those bigger shifts take time, privilege, and often structural support as well.
Yeah, and just to say, burnout doesn't only happen in jobs, right? People burn out from caregiving, from academic pressure, from parenting without support, or from navigating chronic stress day after day. If you are a student or taking care of a family member or just holding everything together behind the scenes, your burnout is just as real.
Absolutely. Whether it's emotional labor, household responsibilities, community work, or living in survival mode, those things can take a serious toll, especially when there's no space to rest or recover.
Yeah, so if you're in that place, it's not about trying harder, it's about stepping back and asking, what support do I actually need, right? Like, what boundaries can I start to build even a little?
The true key to getting over burnout is to work on the environment that caused it. Definitely much easier said than done, though.
Yeah, but while we work toward those bigger changes, or if you're stuck in burnout right now, there are smaller things that can help in the moment.
Yeah, think of these tools as a way to regulate your system, not fix the whole problem. These are smaller things you can do when you feel the first instances of burnout creeping in.
Yeah, focusing on your body and relaxing your mind through breathwork can help reduce overall stress.
Right. Exercises like the 4-7-8 breath, where you inhale for 4, hold for 7, and exhale for 8, are designed to calm your nervous system and help your body shift out of survival mode.
Yeah, or grounding exercises like the 5 4 3 2 1 technique, where you name five things you see, four you can touch, and so on with the other senses. These things reconnect you to the present when your brain feels overloaded.
They're not solutions on their own, but they can make space for clarity, enough space to realize, hey, I'm not okay, and maybe prompt you to take the next steps.
And the next step might be therapy. CBT, which is also known as cognitive behavioral therapy, can be especially helpful. It helps untangle perfectionist thinking, challenge unrealistic expectations, and build practical coping strategies.
True. Mindfulness-based approaches also show a lot of promise, especially for people who feel disconnected from themselves. And sometimes just having space to talk it out without having to perform can be huge.
Yeah, both forms of therapy can also prompt some critical reflection and allow us to think about why the burnout is hitting so hard and how we can potentially create a less demanding and stressful environment.
True. And long term, breathwork and grounding can help us stay in tune with ourselves and not let the burnout get worse. But critical reflection can create sustainable change, and with sufficient support and grace for oneself and our needs, hopefully recovery as well. And let's just remind ourselves, it's not just a you problem, it's a we problem.
100%. It's worth repeating. Burnout isn't just a personal issue, it's also systemic and has to do with the environments and supports we have available. Individual strategies can only go so far.
True, workplaces, schools, institutions, they all play a role in making our lives livable. That means rethinking workloads, improving access to mental health support, and challenging the cultural obsession with hustle.
Yeah, it also means asking for support and seeking out activities that enrich and de stress our lives too, stepping off the never ending hustle train too. As cliche as it sounds, smell the roses too.
Absolutely. Relaxation, recovery, and rejuvenation are equally as important as ambition, drive, and work ethic.
Totally agree with that. It's not about working harder, it's about working sustainably and recognizing that rest and recovery aren't luxuries, they are essential.
Absolutely. So, if you're listening and thinking, wow, this sounds like me, you're not alone at all. Burnout is super common, much
Yeah.
more common than we might realize, and it's also not your fault.
Yeah, healing from burnout is possible though. It takes time, self-compassion, support, and sometimes professional help, but healing can happen.
True. We've dropped some resources on the Helper website with more details and research and in-depth tools to get you started. And if this episode resonated, share it with someone else who you might think needs to hear that they're not broken. They're just burnt out.
Yeah, take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.